It is indeed racing time. We are back with the TYR Pro Swim Series, this time in Richmond, Virginia, where we are bringing you Deck Pass Live, presented by Xfinity. And we are at the Collegiate School Aquatic Center here in Richmond, Virginia. Prelims are done. The water's a little bit calm now, but it was an electrifying first prelim session. I'm Jeff Cummings. I'm joined by three-time Olympian Carolyn Joyce. Kara, it's good to see you again.
Good to be back, Jeff.
So we're in April. The collegiate season is over. Everybody, the pros, the college swimmers, the high school swimmers, they all have one focus, the summer championships.
Yeah, now that NCAAs have wrapped up, it's like everyone's back together. We got the whole family back together.
Yeah, I think the pros were kind of like feeling left out for a while. That's why we had the Pro Swim Series, to make them feel like they still have an opportunity to race, and they were racing very well. Those college swimmers at the NCAA championships just continue to amaze me how fast they can go.
Yeah, you and I both saw that firsthand. The women's meet wrapped up, 3 weeks ago? The men's meet was 2 weeks ago. And we actually have a couple of the NCAA swimmers here at this meet, still going strong.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to hold out their tapers just a little bit longer to see what's left in them. We got Ella Easton, who was a really big star for Stanford at the NCAA championships. Brooke Forty, who was, for better or for worse, is known for that extra 50 she did in the 800 free relay. Some women are here. Not a lot of men are here from the NCAAs. I know Zach Harding is here, who's going to be on our show tonight, but not a lot of men. I think that the men, wanted to kind of get that little bit of a relaxation time.
It's a little bit more fresh for them.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's harder to go from short course to long course when you have just a week. But as we said, it's now long course. I think everybody is just excited because it's now like, okay, we are really getting ready for this World Championships. Pan American Games, World University Games. We got a lot of athletes going all over the world to represent Team USA this year, and of course, the big goal, 2020 Olympic Games, and it's coming up before we know it. 15 months to Olympic trials.
Absolutely.
So we had we didn't have prelims. We had time finals of the women's and men's 800 freestyle, and of course, we love to see Katie Ledecky back in the pool. She had a very tough training camp in Colorado Springs, looking like she's happy to be back down at sea level after some really intense training. And of course, right next to her, Leah Smith, who was also at the training camp in Colorado Springs. And I'm sure she was really happy to have some training time with Katie. Those two are going to be battling against the world's best in the distance events. And here they are going to the final 50, that 800 freestyle.
This is probably a really common scene at their training camp in the last week. You know, Katie leading the pack and Leah Smith right on her feet. This actually ended up being a phenomenal race last night.
It was great. And, you know, I think probably what Leah was excited about is I remember in 2016 in the 400 free at trials, she said, I knew I was doing really well because I was at Katie's feet. And here she is at Katie's feet in the end of an 800 where Katie's really putting on the pressure here. And Leah's just continuing to go. And I'm really excited about the way Leah is racing in this race. You know, she didn't give up. Katie's doing really well. This is a really impressive time, 8:14.24. It's the fastest time in the world so far. And then 8:16 for Leah Smith. And I think everybody in the pool was excited to see Leah Smith's time. And Leah, look at that. She's excited too.
That was a personal best time for Leah Smith. Which
in April.
In April, yeah. Starting out the long course season with a PR. And, you know, I think Leah, back in her Virginia roots, she's a UVA grad, so maybe she had a little bit of that Virginia energy, excited to swim in front of her home crowd. Yeah,
I think coming back to Virginia kind of gave her a little bit of a boost. I was thinking about that as well. It must be feeling nice for her to be back in Virginia.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, you know, this portends some good things for the 800 freestyle for the U.S. at World Championships.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite races. They've brought excitement back into distance swimming.
Yes, exactly. And, you know, with Katie Ledecky, anything's possible. Everybody's thinking, when's she going to break 8 minutes? Is she going to break 8 minutes? And who knows? She may be doing it this summer. She may be saving it for Tokyo.
Yeah.
So behind us, as we said, is the Collegiate School Aquatics Complex. If you don't know, this is the exact pool where the 2008 Olympic trials were held. You're like, what is he talking about? That pool was in Omaha. Well, this is a Murtha pool, and they're really famous for being able to take apart the pool after they drain the water, of course. They take it apart, they put it on a truck, all the pieces, and then they can put it anywhere else in the world. So this pool, as you see right there, everything was taken apart, and I think they redid the lines on the bottom of the pool. But everything else is exactly the same as it was for the 2008 trials. So people like Michael Phelps, Natalie Coughlin, Jason Lezak, all those stars qualify technically in this pool for the 2008 Olympic trials, including the young lady next to me, Carolyn. Do you have any memories from that 2008 trials?
Oh, you know, every Olympic trials is a different experience, and it is such a pressure cooker. That meet is so stressful. I would say 2008, probably not my favorite of all my Olympic trials, but it still ended up working out. I got myself a spot on the team. But I think one of the really cool things about these pools, even though they're transported, you know, after the meet is over, the pool records stay with the pool. That was something that I learned. So there's some pretty fast pool records that were swum in this pool in Omaha.
Yeah, I remember actually visiting the pool that the 2004 Olympic trials were held in Long Beach. Great memories for you there. And it's in Yucaipa, California.
Yeah.
And they had pool records, and they were all the records from trials. I was
You're like, why is this so fast?
I was like, oh my goodness, I can't imagine you go to this pool and thinking, I got to beat those records to get a pool record.
So if you break a pool record in any of these pools, that's a big deal.
It's a big deal. So just to let you guys know, the collegiate school paid to have this pool. There's a lot of bidding that goes on to be able to make a legacy for that pool, not just to say, okay, was it the trials pool, it's going to go away, never come back again. I mean, I would imagine everybody who gets to swim in this pool knows that Olympians were made in this pool.
Absolutely.
So it's really good. And, you know, so we know the Olympic trials pool was fast. It's fast here, as they showed at prelims today. We had some really good races. We had doubles from Caleb Dressel, Katie Ledecky. Caleb's going to be in the 200 free and 100 fly. Katie's going to be in the 200 free, 400 IM. Who else impressed you this morning?
Oh my gosh. I get excited for all those big swims, and something that I actually loved was seeing Michael Andrew and Caleb Dressel going head to head this morning. I thought that was like a little preview of what we're going to see tonight, kind of like a little treat for us.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like that's like the one event that Caleb has really taken ownership of is that 100 butterfly.
Right.
But, you know, we'll see what Michael Andrew has in store for us tonight.
Exactly. And he's also in the 50 backstroke, so we'll see how we're kind of, that's an easier double for him, but it'll be nice. And we talked about Ella Easton before. She's coming off that great NCAAs where she won the 400 IM. She's going to be challenged a little bit in that 400 IM by her teammate Katie Ledecky and some others, book 40. Leah Smith is always very good in the 400 IM, so anything can happen, and I just cannot wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So in addition to all the racing that's going on, these pro athletes are competing for cash prizes if you get top 3. There's always the swim squads, and we're always paying attention to the swim squads to see which team is going to come out on top at the end to win that $10,000 to go to the charity of their choice. And right now it looks like the Camille Adams squad, they're leading by about, 46 points over Connor Yeager, and then right behind Elizabeth Beisel.
Pretty close with Connor Yeager and Elizabeth Beisel.
Yeah, so, you know, you never know what's going to happen because it's all about picking the right athletes for each meet to be able to maximize the amount of points that you can do. And Camille was really on fire in Des Moines. And I think she was saying she was really excited about picking a lot of good sprinters for her field. And Connor did very well too. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see how it goes in Richmond. And then we got 2 more after this. And as we said, there's $10,000 that's going to go to the winning squad. It's going to go to the charity of their choice. And they've been picking some really good charities. So I know that the athletes that are representing these squads are really excited to be able to give back to the sport or whatever charity they're going to be picking.
It's for such a good cause.
It is. It is. And speaking of good causes, the swimathons. I loved doing swimathons when I was really young. You know, I was a sprinter. I didn't like swimming that far, but I really liked, you know, being able to raise money for the team and going out to my community and saying, okay, can you give some money and really help out for a really good cause.
The camaraderie that it brings your team together, it brings your community together.
Absolutely. And it's been really exciting and recently because USA Swimming has kind of added a new little wrinkle that the top team nationally in the swimathon gets a visit from an Olympian.
I would have been door to door.
Out of door to door.
Raising as much money as I could.
And I would have swum my little heart out to make sure that I get to swim a lot of laps and make sure I get a lot of money because to be able to know that an Olympian's going to come and meet you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So last year, Katie Miley, a 2016 Olympian, went out to visit folks in Virginia, and here's how that turned out.
So today we're at Nova Aquatics and I just came to do a clinic and some autographs for the team because they won the USA Swimming Foundation Swimathon in 2017 and they raised $118,000 for their facility and for their team. And that money also, some of that money goes to the foundation as well. So they earned this clinic and this appearance and it was so exciting to do it for them.
The annual Swimathon is our largest annual fundraiser. We really put it all out there in 2017 with a great theme. We have a very high participation rate with our swimmers. We build up to the theme for weeks at a time. Coaches are involved. We make it a big celebration.
Today we had Katie Miley teach us breaststroke skills and talk about her journey. I want to try hard in practice.
And if you consider being part of Swimathon, that it's very fun and it helps a lot of kids in need who don't know how to swim. And also, there's a lot of food there, so that's always fun.
Really, it means a lot to be a role model. I had a lot of role models in the sport growing up, and so to be on the other side of it is a really special thing because I was so inspired by the people that came before me, and if I could just turn it around and inspire the people coming after me, then I would feel really good about that.
So that was Katie Miley, our 2018 Swimathon ambassador. And joining us on the Deck Pass Live desk now is our 2019 Swimathon ambassador. She's a 2016 Olympian in the 100 butterfly. She's also been a Pan American Games champion, Pan Pacific Games champion, world champion, NCAA champion. And this summer she's representing Team USA at the World Championships in Korea. And there she is, Kelsi Dahlia. Good to see you.
Guys, thanks for having me.
Well, we're so glad to have you here. So for some, we just said you're the Swimathon ambassador for 2019. For those people who may not know, describe what a Swimathon is.
So a swimathon is a great way to raise money for your team, as well as the USA Swimming Foundation. You raise money by swimming as many laps as you can, and everyone benefits.
Yeah, that's really cool that you raise money not just for your team, for the USA Swimming Foundation. People don't know what the USA Swimming Foundation is. It's they really help get more kids in the water, be more water safe, but also it ties into you, helping you be able to do your best to train for Olympics and things like that. So I think you're probably really proud to have all these people really kind of doing all these laps for you as well.
It means a lot. I also did swimathons growing up, so I'm just really excited. I told my little sisters I have to raise extra money so I can maybe visit them at the end of the year.
What was your distance, your swimathon distance?
5,000.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
We did 200 straight laps, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, you don't do, I bet you would not even want to touch that kind of distance now.
As long as I have fins on, then I would do it.
Yeah, I can handle that too.
Yeah.
Some people would like to do it with paddles, yeah. Make it a little more fun.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You said you did a lot of swimathons growing up in New Jersey. Were you like the top earner for your team?
Oh, probably not. I was.
You're like, I was just happy to finish.
I was.
Yeah. So what, to all the people who get to do the swimathons this year, what is the big grand prize if they become the highest earning team?
Yeah, so the grand prize is I get to visit the team, and you can also win cool prizes. I think the grand prize is a pizza party with the team, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's some incentive. They get to meet an Olympian. You go to their team. Who was the first Olympian that you met? Do you remember?
Oh, I might have met Colin. I think Colin Jones was one of my first Olympians that I met, and got a picture with him, his autograph. It was really cool.
It's one of those things kind of sticks with you.
Oh,
Who was your first Olympian?
Well, I remember meeting Tom Jager and Tracy Calkins right after the '84 Olympics, and they came and did a clinic, and I was just, because I was like, I just saw you on TV, and now you're here. I mean, it was an amazing thing, and I never forget that. And Tracy Calkins was just one of the sweetest people in the world.
I would still love to meet Tracy Calkins.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people would.
Yeah.
Everybody, even now, people know who Tracy Calkins is. She's such a legend in swimming.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think mine was Brooke Bennett. She came and signed autographs at a meet that I was at, and I had to run and swim in a race, but I was like, can you please sign my cap for good luck? I think I won a best time. I was so jazzed.
I would love to be able to meet, to remember and go back and just that feeling of meeting your first Olympian. I mean, I can't imagine all the kids are going to be able to meet you. Will never forget
memorable.
I feel like it's coming full circle for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really special.
So you just wrapped up prelims here, and the pool behind us was the 2008 Olympic trials pool. We got a little trivia time for you.
We like trivia.
We
like
love trivia.
here.
Kara and I love trivia.
Yeah.
So the 2008 Olympic trials pool, how many world records do you think were set at the 2008 Olympic trials?
Oh, I was 14.
Okay. Do you watch it on TV?
You watched it on TV, I'm sure.
I probably did but
So it was
it's
during
a little bit of a
the
blur.
suits had just come out.
Okay.
They're really fast suits. We'll give you a little bit of a hint here. So people are
Yes.
swimming really fast.
We'll give you a cushion of like 2, plus or minus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just throw it out there. What do you think?
Okay, I think maybe 12.
You're close. It was 9.
Nine
okay.
world
9
records.
world records.
Probably 12 American records.
Yeah, it was like 3 in the women's 100 back in a span of 24
wow.
hours, which was amazing.
I do remember. I remember that.
Yeah, so you're pretty close.
Yeah,
you're pretty
pretty
close.
good.
So we're talking about Olympic trials. Can you believe it's like 15 months until
No,
Omaha?
I can't. It feels like we were literally just in Rio, and
Yeah.
I can't believe we're coming up on Tokyo already.
And you know, you've kind of had a lot of great relationships with some of your Olympic teammates from Rio, including you know, you were just at a swim clinic, or not a swim clinic, like a camp up in Colorado Springs, weren't you?
I think it was like September.
Okay.
I was there with Colin and Jason Lezak,
Okay.
and sorry, I'm confused on the camp that we're talking about.
So
I was in
Were you
Chula
in-
Vista.
yeah,
Okay,
you were Chula
yeah,
Vista.
yeah.
Okay,
Not in the
yeah,
Springs.
just very
Just
recently.
last month.
Training
Okay.
center. How was that?
I loved it. I don't get to swim outside during the year. We had a really positive group. It's always fun to swim with different people that push you in different ways.
I'm
Right.
sure it gets competitive too with all those Olympians in practice every day.
Yeah. I was pushing Matt Grievers on our underwaters.
Nice.
I was trying.
Oh, nice.
I don't think I quite beat him, but I was pretty close.
Wow.
But that's got to step up your game
Yeah.
too, to know that, you know, to be able to keep up with Matt Grievers has got to make you feel really happy about
Yeah.
your own underwaters as well. Well, I mean, you're one of the best in the country in that, the rest of the
In the
world,
world,
even.
yeah.
I mean, that's got to feel really good to and especially be able to train with people you don't normally train with. It kind of steps you out of your comfort zone a little bit, I imagine.
Yeah, it does.
Get some sun too, some vitamin D.
Yeah,
out
the
in
sun.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely just helps you just have a different, like, positive attitude when you're swimming outside too.
Yeah.
One of the new additions for the Tokyo Olympics is the mixed relays. And that's something I feel like it's kind of right in your wheelhouse. You know, it's sprint, it's a mix of, they have the medley relay, they have the free relay, and you've done them a couple times at Short Course Worlds. And how, are you excited for that new event?
Oh, absolutely. I love doing relays, and I love relay start, so it definitely keeps you on your toes when you're going off a guy who's going a little bit faster than a girl would normally come in. And it's fun. It's a different atmosphere in the ready room when you have guys and girls in there.
Probably a little bit more relaxed.
It kind of is, because everyone's just having fun with it. It's still very competitive, but
Yeah.
we're having fun too.
So we've put out to the Twitterverse some of our fans to ask some reader questions. So we have a couple for you. We have one from SwimRay24 wanting to know, do you have any pre-race rituals?
I don't really have pre-race rituals. I'm not very superstitious, because if something were to go right, I don't want to have a freak out. So I just like to stay relaxed. That's one thing that I do really like to do. I noticed at Pan Am's, actually, I walked out and I was really serious, and my coach said, I knew it wasn't going to be great because you weren't your normal smiley self. So I always try to smile. I do like to have coffee and just joke around, because when I'm too serious, then I'm going to tighten up. And it's
You
not
do
gonna
seem
as
like
well.
one of the more happy people behind the blocks.
Yeah.
Like you're always having a good time.
Thanks. That's a goal.
And it's not, I mean, that's not really the normal sprinter vibe. Like you said,
Yeah.
most people come out, they're really serious. They're really kind of just like they have that game
Yeah,
face
Phelps
on.
face.
The
Yeah.
Phelps face, yeah. So let's ask another question. What about this one right here? What is that? Lucy.Vitali wants to know what your favorite workout song is.
Maybe walkout song or workout song.
Yeah.
Is there
Something you might
to
want to.
walk out to, pump up song.
Well, my theme song for this weekend is the new #1 song, the Old Country Road. Have you heard this song?
Yeah.
I just heard
Okay.
it for the first time yesterday. I'm like, this is so catchy. So that's my theme song for this weekend. But the songs that I like to listen to change for every meet.
Are you more of like you like country music? Do you like rap music?
I listen to a lot of Christian music before my races. It kind of just puts me in the mindset of what my purpose is in my swimming, and relaxes me and helps me not to be too serious.
I love it.
Well, as long as it helps you relax, because you know this is a really important summer too. I mean, it's the World Championships. It's that last big championship meet before you get into that Olympic year. Physically, mentally, how are you feeling about this summer?
I'm excited. We learned a lot going to Tokyo last summer. Thankfully, we're going a little bit earlier this summer. It's going to be about a 3-week trip over in Singapore first and then in South Korea. So I'm excited. I really like American South Korean food, so I'm excited to try
yeah,
real
authentic South Korean food. Yeah, that'll be really good.
Just trying to manage my body the best I can. I really still love training at the University of Louisville, working with Arthur and Stephanie as my coaches, and now Mallory too, going pro, and I'm excited to see what she has to do, and we'll be there together this summer, so it's going to be fun.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to watch. One last question. What is your favorite, like, outside of the pool activity? Do you have any hobbies, anything that you like to do? I know you bake.
That's what I was going to say. I really love baking. I think that's one of my love languages, is baking for other people.
Love languages.
Wait a minute. Did you bring us anything?
I'm sorry. Oh, it wasn't great with the flights and everything.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't gonna stay
we'll let
long.
it slide this
time.
But I love to bake on my recovery days. Banana bread's one of my favorites.
Oh.
And I have some other things I like to do.
Is your husband Thomas, is he your official taste tester?
He is, and he's pretty honest, so he'll let me know if it's good or not.
Hey, we're an easy crowd over here,
yeah,
so feel free.
I'm sure we'll love anything you make. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kelsi. We're going to be watching you tonight in the 100 butterfly and the rest of the meet, and good luck throughout this whole series and getting ready for Korea. It's going to be fun to watch.
Thanks.
And so you're going to be able to see Kelsi tonight in the 100 butterfly here at the Pro Swim Series in Richmond, in addition to a lot of other Olympians. Caleb Dressel, we already talked about, Katie Ledecky,
Leah Smith, Olivia Smith,
Ryan Murphy, Matt Grievers. They're all going to be here, and I can't wait. And then we're also going to be here tonight, recapping it all on Deck Pass Live. We're going to be joined by Zach Harding, first-time 2019 World Championship team member. He's going to be talking about that. I'm sure it's going to be exciting to talk with him. You've never met him, have you?
No, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So you definitely want to go to the Olympic channel beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's when you can see all the finals. And then you want to come to usaswimming.org. After the C and D finals are complete, Carolyn and I will be talking to you on Deck Pass Live. In addition, you want to make sure you go onto Twitter at USA Swimming or on Facebook Live. Send us your questions for our guests that we'll have tomorrow. We're going to have the national team director, Lindsay Mintinko. You can ask her questions about what it takes to run a national team. And you can also send your questions for Matt Grievers, who's going to be here for our evening show. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
A lot of great guests. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Again, we'll be back here after finals tonight for Deck Pass Live, presented by Xfinity. We'll see you then.